There is a famous expression, which I think is in many languages, in English for sure, where someone would say, I feel like I have a very special guardian angel. And that usually means that I feel like I'm in good hands. I feel like HaKadosh Baruch Hu protects me. And we somehow are using the word angel in that sentence. I don't think that's very random. I think that's actually coming from the Torah itself. And in particular, from Yaakov Avinu. I think that Yaakov is a tremendous lesson about the concept of feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling protected by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, as we know that he had a very difficult life. And it's so interesting to see that we see many angels in Yaakov's life. Think about it. It started last week with that famous dream where he sees a ladder coming from the ground all the way to heavens. And what does he see on this ladder? Well, he sees angels. והנה מלאכי אלוהים עולים ויורדים בו. But I want to make a point before we move forward. Remember that when he sees that ladder and when he looks at those angels, they are above him. They are actually the ones doing pretty much everything. He is the one that sleeps on the bottom of the ladder. He is the one that's seeing and admiring all these angels going up and down. And then when we pass forward all the way till the end of the Parashat, we see something incredible. That once again, the Pasuk says, "V'Yaakov halach ledarko, v'yifge'u vo malachei Elohim." Once again, we see angels that meet with him. And I think that this is a very important step in his life, because now the angels are not above him. He's not just seeing those angels going up and down. Now he meets with them, as if the Torah is trying to show us that now they are on the same level. Now he can actually talk with them. He can have a conversation. He can feel like an equal. And that's a pretty big upgrade for Yaakov Avinu's life. But that's not it. Because this week's parasha starts again with angels. Vayishla'h Yaakov malachim lefanav. Yaakov Avinu is also going to send angels. And Rashi says malachim here are not just messengers that he appointed to send gifts to Esav, his brother. No. Malachim mamash, says Rashi. These were again real angels. So once again we see Yaakov Avinu that is meeting with angels, but this time on a higher level. Because right now he's not just meeting with them. He's not just at their level. Right now he is the one who's Vayishla'h. Vayishla'h, and I think that's really the key word of the difference of that upgrade. Yaakov Avinu is going to use those angels for himself. He is not just looking at them. He is not just talking to them. He is giving them orders. He's giving them a mission for his own protection, for his own agenda. And by the way, that's not the end of it, because there is a fourth step where once again Yaakov Avinu is going to meet with one angel. And this time he's going to fight, and he's going to show in that fight, whatever the fight meant, that he is on top. That Yaakov Avinu is victorious. That Yaakov Avinu is not this spectator. He is now the proactive part in that relationship between humans and angels. But you may ask yourself, well, who cares about angels? That's not really something that we meet on a daily basis, and it's probably something that is just, in the back of our head. But I think it's actually very relevant. Because remember that the Vayetze Yaakov, that weak man who was vulnerable at the moment of his dream with absolutely nothing, he is now Yisrael. This is the moment that Yaakov is actually going to become someone else. The angel tells Yaakov something absolutely incredible. He tells him, Ki sarita im Elohim ve'im anashim vatuchal. Yaakov, you show that you are not just the Akev. You are not in the heel. You're not on the bottom. You're not the weak guy anymore. You are now Yisrael. And think about it. The name Israel is quite incredible because that is usually a name that we give to angels. Every angel has a name that finishes by El. Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, and the list goes long. There is no coincidence that Yaakov Avinu became Israel just like an angel. Why is that? Well, I think there is a tremendous lesson here from Yaakov Avinu's life, and especially for us called Yisrael, as a nation and as individuals. So many times we feel in life overwhelmed by the events around us, by the people around us, by so many things that are not in our control. And even if we somewhat find Baruch Hashem a way out, feel the presence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we feel like this person would say, I still have my guardian angel. I feel like I'm still in good hands by Borei Olam. But the truth is that this is a very wrong approach. As Jews, we believe, En Mazal Israel. We believe that we are not under any influence, or more specifically, we can get out of any influence. We are not passive, we are proactive. And let me remind you, who are the angels according to Yahadut? Chachamim teach us that every single time a person does a mitzvah, creates an angel. So the angels that we have around us are not the ones above, are not the one that we aspire to be like. Oh, you're like an angel. Absolutely not. Angels are the result of our own actions, or I should say, of our own reaction to the events that we feel so many times overwhelming our life. Yaakov Avinu is that example of this person who struggles with pretty much everybody, starting with Lavan, continuing with Esav, and then Yosef, and we know that his life is going to be a roller coaster. But Yaakov Avinu is that person that reminds each and every one of us, we don't have guardian angels. We create the angels. Our action, our reaction to the events that happen around us, as little as we feel, as powerless as we feel, there is always something that we can do that will improve the situation. And that is the concept of Yisrael. This is the definition of what Jews are. We could, as a nation, always, and by rights, accuse the world, blame the world for all the bad things that happen to us. Shebechol dor vador omdim alenu lechalotenu. And that is true. But that is the dimension of Yaakov. This is the dimension where Israel is not the power. Israel is not the actor. Israel instead is the one that looks at history and does something with it. We take the worst situation and we make the best of it. We strive, we make a Kiddush Hashem, we innovate, we show the light to the whole world. Israel, asher becha et ba'ar, says Borei Olam. Israel, you are the one that I am so proud of. That is the legacy of Yaakov Avinu. And that is our relationship towards the angels. That we are actually the ones creating them. We are the ones triggering their protection. Obviously not there as angels, but as messengers of HaKadosh Baruch Hu above. And on this, I want to wish you all to be always protected by HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself, who sends, Hine Mal'achi, Shalach Lefanecha, that he will always protect us, bless us, and let us see only Nachat from ourselves, our children, and all Am Yisrael in general. Shabbat Shalom U'Borach.